Justin Poirier tweeted, he said, "Welcome to the big leagues, Paddy Pimblett, one up for the legends." Right. What do you think about just like you carry, how much pride do you?
We're up 3. He beat BSD, I beat Fazeev, and I just beat Paddy. We're up 3 right now. Poirier took out Max, so we might be 3-1. But I'm going to try to avenge that one.
Is Conor going to come back? Is John going to fight Pereira? Which Dana is kind of, is not uncertain about. But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilya potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about being fair competitively, especially in the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? Right. In the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilya.
Ilya is laughing now because they have a dirty boxing, really, They just fighting hard, but there is no good technique. But Ilya will be left now because Ilya has such a high level boxing.
Justin Gaethje's interim title win didn't just bend the division. It cracked it open and lit a flare toward his next collision. Ilya Topuria answered almost instantly, not with caution but hunger, and suddenly both men demanded the same fight. When the sport's two most dangerous forces call each other out at once, hype dies. What rises instead is inevitability.
I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilya potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair competitive.
Although Justin admitted that he sustained significant injuries and would require time to heal,
Justin Gaethje's interim title win didn't just bend the division, it cracked it open and lit a flare toward his next collision. Ilya Topuria answered almost instantly, not with caution but hunger, and suddenly both men demanded the same fight. When the sport's two most dangerous forces call each other out at once, hype dies. What rises instead is inevitability.
I'm sure the adrenaline's still flowing a little bit, but do you have an update on physically, how you feel? Are you going to need some time off? Is there possibly anything broken after?
I definitely need some time off. He fucking rocked my brain a couple times. And the only thing we have over the more dangerous sports, which is boxing and football, is we get to take time. And so I will do that. But the White House is in June. And, I represent this country. I represented it tonight. And I hope to be, obviously, look at the position and the opportunity they just gave me here. There's no way they're keeping me off that card unless I'm dead.
When the topic of a potential White House matchup with Ilya came up, Justin remained true to himself and refused to exaggerate it, but he recognized its potential size even in the...
When the subject of a potential White House showdown with Ilya surfaced, Justin stayed unmistakably himself and refused to inflate the moment with empty drama. Still, beneath the calm, he acknowledged the gravity hiding inside the noise. He understands how massive it could become once the lights lock in and the stakes sharpen. Justin believes this stands among the biggest fights the UFC could possibly stage, especially in that setting, fueled by Ilya's rapid ascent, his suffocating victories, and the violent collision of their styles. More than spectacle, it feels volatile. He made it clear that if the undisputed belt hangs in the balance, he is prepared to seize control of the chaos, dictate the tempo, and turn circumstance into conquest.
Given how popular Ilya's become and just the method of victory he's had and your style of fighting, and add those two to the White House, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
If I had any bit of a personality, it'd be fucking huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But there's no doubt it'll be the best. One of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7, whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt on there.
From his perspective, Ilya struck first, taking aim at Paddy with sharp ridicule, mocking his failure to overcome an aging rival and accusing him of wasting the biggest payday of his career. Then his attention shifted toward Justin. The respect was brief, almost ceremonial, before it curdled into a warning that carried weight. Ilya declared that whatever comes next, Justin walked straight into serious danger. Fighting Ilya, he said, would be unforgiving. Still, Justin keeps his focus razor sharp, unmoved by the threat. In response to Ilya's caution, he explained that success rests on his preparation, the guidance of his coaches, and the weapons he brings himself. He understands his position wasn't granted by chance, that every step led him here for a reason. Yet even with belief, he admits fate isn't fully his to command. The outcome remains suspended in time. Only time will reveal which belief survives.
You are the first two-time interim champion in UFC history. You don't usually get too many second chances, but here you go to a unifier with an undefeated top 3 pound-for-pound fighter. I know he is not Khabib, but what are you taking into this fight with Ilya in terms of lessons and why you're going to make it work this time?
Just gotta trust the preparation, trust in my coaches and trust in my skills. I'm here for a reason. I hope it's my destiny, but I don't get to write that, so.
When asked if he had any message for champion Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje didn't posture or perform. He dismissed the noise, the insults, the manufactured tension, making it clear he wasn't interested in sending words across the void. Instead, he shifted the focus somewhere colder and far more deliberate. Justin places his trust in his coaches, letting them shoulder the unseen labor, dissecting Topuria frame by frame, exposing habits, forging a strategy sharp enough to cut under pressure, then burning it into every grueling session. For Gaethje, it all distills into 3 unforgiving truths: readiness, precision, execution. Talk fades. Promises evaporate. When the cage door shuts, his team's plan, refined through repetition and sacrifice, will speak louder than any declaration, echoing with intent long after the first strike lands.
Do you have a message for Ilia Topuria if he's watching this?
No. No, I don't give a
fuck. The message will be in the octagon.
I don't give a fuck. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously, but I don't really go back and watch these guys. I really rely on my coach. I watched Paddy today. I watched Paddy and Chandler today. But I really rely on my coach to create a game plan and instill it into training. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what the fuck's going on right now.
Well,
it was never a question of motivation. Through repeated setbacks and grinding struggles, his drive remained chained to the ultimate prize, a championship hanging just out of reach. To him, that moment represents the very reason he endured the UFC's brutality. This declaration becomes the blade he uses to carve his legacy, shaping the story exactly how it must be told.
Neck and neck, it was either going to be you, Paddy, or Armin fighting Ilya. Then obviously the news, Ilya wasn't going to fight early this year. At any point, was it frustrating or just difficult to get that motivation? Because it kind of felt like you were right there, and now you have to win one more after already going through all the battles. Was that ever difficult to have to get up for one more challenge before that opportunity?
No. I mean, I wanted it to be for a championship. This makes me a champion on paper with the UFC, so I'm very proud of what I accomplished tonight. I'm proud of the opportunity that it's gained me to fight a guy like Ilya. And this is everything I've ever wanted. This chance to write the end of my last chapter.
Congrats.
It's going to be special.
Many voices are already weighing in on this likely collision, and Dana White sees it mutating into something far more violent than a simple matchup, a full-scale striking war waiting to ignite. Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria both carry fight-ending power in every motion they throw. If Gaethje steps in fully prepared, there's no slow burn, only chaos from the opening second to the final exchange. White expects pure fireworks the moment the cage seals, knowing either man can erase the other in a single breath of action. With 2 of the division's most ruthless punchers colliding, there will be no safe minutes, only relentless pressure, sharp technique, and danger that never fades. This isn't just another fight on a card. It's the kind of collision that hijacks attention, dominates headlines, and forces everyone watching to lean forward, knowing one mistake could end everything instantly.
And now that it seems that it's going to be Gaethje versus Topuria, it's probably going to be a crazy fight also, most likely striking. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. I think that Ilya hits like a truck, and so does Gaethje, and I think if Gaethje prepares properly and gets...
Next in line, Demetrius Johnson believes the fight that makes undeniable sense is Gaethje, and he questions whether Justin ever planned to defend an interim crown at all, seeing how clearly his sights are locked on the undisputed belt. Looking forward, Johnson frames the matchup through a colder lens. He describes Taporia as a deeply disciplined, strategic operator with frightening knockout power waiting beneath restraint. His victories over Charles Oler and Max Holloway aren't accidents, they are proof of patience rewarded. Johnson expects Taporia to stay composed, keep his guard tight, read the rhythm of the fight with surgical awareness, and allow the danger to slowly surface. That measured calm, he suggests, is what makes the matchup unsettling, an intrigue built on timing, restraint, and the threat of sudden violence.
Ilia Topuria, or he's going to fight Arman Tsarukyan, and I think the right thing is for him to fight Ilia Topuria, but if Ilia Topuria is not ready, I'm not sure if Justin Gaethje wants to defend an interim championship. I think he really wants that undisputed, and hopefully we get Ilia Topuria. Now, when I look forward to Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, I think Ilia Topuria is just way too disciplined on the feet. I think he has the knockout power. You look what he's done against Charles Oliveira. You look what he's done against Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria is very strategic, disciplined, where he's gonna have his hands up. He's gonna pot. He's gonna get a look at what's going on. I just feel like he's a way cleaner boxer, and he puts his combinations together 1, 2, 3. Nothing overzealous, but a fight's a fight.
As for Arman Tsarukyan, Johnson sees him as a fighter largely pulled by the current of the UFC's larger design rather than steering it himself. In Johnson's ideal world, Tsarukyan would be matched with Gaethje next, a collision that answers questions immediately and violently. But reality complicates that path. With Justin almost certainly waiting for a shot at the undisputed title against Topuria, that fight may remain out of reach for now. In the meantime, Tsarukyan will stay busy sharpening his image, navigating the media spotlight, tightening every aspect of his game, and quietly positioning himself where denial becomes impossible. Johnson hopes the moment eventually arrives, because a win over Gaethje would carve a direct path to Topuria and settle the hierarchy without debate. Until then, the gears keep turning. Armored fits into this machine whether he wants to or not. In the end, Johnson believes the truth is simple: the UFC holds the lever, and whatever comes next will move exactly when they decide.
I think he should fight Justin Gaethje next, but like I said earlier, I think Justin Gaethje might hang on to the undisputed. He might wait for the undisputed opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. So if that happens, you're gonna have Arman Tsarukyan keep going on these wild side quests by doing more media and also doing more grappling, which is fine too. I wish he would get the opportunity to fight Justin Gaethje, and then those guys can decide between Justin Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan if whoever wins can fight.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo agree that with Justin's relentless performances, a showdown with Ilia has the potential to headline any UFC card without question. They emphasize that each fighter brings unmatched skill, raw power, and edge-of-your-seat excitement, turning the matchup into more than a bout. It becomes a spectacle. Viewed through the lens of rivalry, this isn't just another fight, it's a defining collision that demands attention and could very well carve the next chapter in both of their careers, leaving a mark long after the final bell echoes.
I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. You know, it should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, you know, being fair.
He notes that while Justin's performance against Paddy was undeniably impressive, confronting Ilia will present a completely different battlefield. He points out that Topuria is an exceptionally skilled, compact fighter, capable of defending with precision and maintaining flawless technique under pressure. Unlike the vulnerabilities Gaethje could exploit against Pimblett, Topuria leaves little margin for error. Therefore, he emphasizes that Gaethje must evolve his approach, tailoring his strategy to counter an opponent who fuses defensive intelligence with striking artistry, transforming the fight into a far more intricate, punishing, and technical clash than anything he's faced before.
You know, especially the performance that he puts up, why wouldn't you? Right. You know, in the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilia, but is different.
It is unique, and there's one.
With Paddy Pimblett, you can see, one, his head was up, and then two, defensively, like Paddy would do this, like some amateur shit. No surprise, and Justin was, and he did hit him, but you could tell Justin was going to the body because he was going over like that overhand that he did nail him, but opponent, somebody compact and somebody that could really keep his freaking hands up, that just understands the finesse of fighting.
He goes on to highlight that Justin executed his plan with near-perfect precision, showering immense credit on his coaching team, Trevor Whitman, Ben, George, and Luke, for sculpting a strategy tailored to the opponent's weaknesses. Usman observes that Justin doesn't always make such pinpoint adjustments in every fight, but he adapts intelligently based on the challenges the cage presents. Looking ahead, he emphasizes that facing Ilia Topuria will introduce a wholly distinct combination of skill, focus, and danger, an ordeal designed to push Justin to his absolute limits. While Gaethje accomplished his objectives, the lesson is immediate and clear. The architects behind the strategy, Trevor Whitman, Ben, George, and Luke, crafted every nuance for maximum effect, ensuring their fighter enters the cage armed not only with strength but with foresight and lethal precision.
You really don't see Justin look like that. What did Justin look like that when he fought Faziev? Has Justin looked like that when he fought earlier fights with Barbosa? Did he look like that when he fought Cowboy? Did he look like that when he fought? I think it's, you shape the game plan based on the opponent and based on whatever they're giving you out there. So I think that's...
We'll make the necessary adjustments, but as noted, Ilia is an entirely different predator, and that alone promises a fight charged with danger and unpredictability. Meanwhile, Daniel Cormier praises both athletes for giving everything in the cage, noting Justin Gaethje's relentless onslaught against Paddy Pimblett, where he nearly finished him multiple times before claiming the interim title. Simultaneously, Cormier highlights Ilia Topuria's lethal resume, toppling elite contenders like Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, and Charles Oliveira across multiple divisions, proving that underestimating him is always a grave mistake. Gaethje demonstrated once again that when rivals face him, events often bend in his favor. The two fighters laid everything on the line, refusing to yield, yet Justin's early pressure proved decisive, securing his temporary crown. Topuria, on the other hand, has consistently finished the UFC's best, dominating featherweight before moving to 155 and dispatching Charles Oliveira with ruthless precision. Tonight, Justin reminded everyone that ignoring him comes at one's peril, yet Robert Whittaker cautions against ruling him out entirely. Whittaker acknowledges the daunting challenge Ilia presents, his striking, grappling, and jiu-jitsu, executed with flawless timing and devastating counters. The Gaethje who faced Pimblett wouldn't survive this test, but Whittaker expects a sharper, more refined Gaethje, meticulously prepared to confront Topuria and the danger he represents.
I'm not gonna give up on my boy that quick. Okay, Ilia's, but I'll just lay it out there. Ilia's striking is leagues above everybody.
Yeah,
like just about everybody in the UFC.
Yeah, man.
And the wrestling and jiu-jitsu is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
His timing, his instincts, his instinct to fire off in his counterattacks. He'll make you pay for every step you take. It's a hard fight.
Yeah,
Things
man.
have got to change in Gaethje's camp to make the fight competitive.
Yeah.
Right now, the Gaethje that fought Paddy won't beat Ilia right now.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that we'll see that Gaethje when he fights Ilia.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the game plan for Paddy to just make it doggy.
So, what do you think? Will this showdown truly erupt at the White House? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch every pulse-pounding moment of the action.